As we age, maintaining shoulder health becomes increasingly crucial. Years of wear and tear, along with natural degeneration, can significantly impact these essential joints. Consequently, targeted shoulder training is essential not only for enhancing athletic performance, but also for ensuring everyday functionality. That's why in this video, I want to share 7 dumbbell shoulder exercises you're not doing, but probably should be. Not only will these exercises help you build wider and rounder delts for a more aesthetic appearance, but they'll also bulletproof your shoulders in the process. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Exercise number 1, Cuban press. The Cuban press is a dynamic shoulder exercise that combines elements of the upright row, external rotation, and overhead press. This comprehensive movement targets not only your delts, but also your traps and rotator cuff muscles, making it an excellent addition to your shoulder exercises arsenal. Begin by standing with your feet shoulder width apart, holding a pair of dumbbells with an overhand grip. Start the movement like a traditional upright row, widening the distance between the dumbbells. According to this study on grip width during upright rows, the wider the distance between your arms, the greater the deltoid and trapezius engagement. When your upper arms are parallel to the floor, externally rotate your shoulders, bringing the dumbbells beside your head until your forearms are perpendicular to the floor, forming a goalpost position. Keeping your scapula retracted, press the dumbbells overhead until your arms are fully extended. Then simply reverse the movement to complete the rep. Ensure that you maintain a controlled motion throughout the exercise to reap the benefits of this movement. Exercise number 2, Lou raises. Also known as butterfly raises, Lou raises are essentially a lateral raise where the concentric portion is completed when your arms are overhead. Initially, your side delts lift the arms to shoulder level. As the arm moves higher, there's greater engagement of the lower traps. For this movement, start with the arms slightly forward at a 30 to 45 degree angle from your torso. Not only does this engage both the front and mid delts, but it also helps set up the shoulder joint to better recruit the traps in the next half of the movement. Bringing the arms overhead upwardly rotates the scapula, recruiting the upper and lower traps as well as the serratus anterior muscles, ingraining proper scapulohumeral rhythm. This is crucial especially as we age, as it promotes proper shoulder mechanics and reduces the risk of impingement. This exercise allows for full upward rotation, which mobilizes the scapula through the entire range of motion. This not only hits the delts, traps, and other upper back muscles, but also feels great on the joints as there's no stopping point for the weights on the way up. Just remember that this is not an exercise you should go heavy on. The focus here is on engaging the different muscles in and around your shoulders with a controlled motion and proper technique. Exercise number 3, dumbbell face pulls. Think of a traditional face pull only horizontally, where you're supporting your body with an incline bench and pulling the dumbbells against gravity. Aesthetically speaking, you can't achieve those coveted 3D delts without well-developed rear deltoids. Not only do underdeveloped rear delts detract from the cat 3D appearance, but this muscle imbalance can also lead to poor positioning of the head of the humerus in the glenoid joint. This can then cause the shoulder impingements and pain you feel during and after some upper body exercises. Even worse, this can then lead to a nagging or serious injury. Face pulls not only target the rear delts, traps, and rhomboids, but also strengthen the rotator cuff muscles through the external rotation at the top, essentially bulletproofing your shoulder joints. To perform this exercise correctly, set up a bench as parallel to the ground as you can while making sure you can still fully lengthen your arms without hitting the floor. For most, a 15 to 30 degree incline will do the trick. Begin with a pair of dumbbells in hand, positioning your arms straight down with your thumbs pointing toward each other. As you pull up, externally rotate your hands, twisting the dumbbells so that they point at the ceiling at the top position. Hold this position for a brief second while contracting the rear delts and mid to lower traps before lowering the dumbbells. It's essential to fully rotate your arms at the top to maximize the external rotation aspect of the exercise. Additionally, add a slight arch in the upper back at the peak to further enhance the engagement of the upper back muscles. Exercise number 4, Y raises. For this, you'll need an incline bench set to 45 degrees or lower. From there, you'll simply raise your arms from straight down into a wide Y position until your elbows align with your ears. While this can be done from a standing position by holding a hip hinge and performing the exercise from there, the chest supported variation removes your ability to use momentum, ensuring all tension remains in the target muscles. The Y raise is great for your mid delts since it takes them to a fully shortened position, which not many shoulder raise variations do. Not only that, but it also highly activates the lower traps. And since the lower traps contribute greatly to the stability of the scapula, you're bound to see positive changes in your heavy pressing and pulling movements with this one. Lastly, use a load that allows you to move through the full range of motion without any body English. If you can't reach peak contraction, then you're probably going too heavy. Exercise number 5, chest supported lateral raises. We already know that lateral raises are excellent for targeting the mid delts, and this chest supported variation is perhaps the best variation when it comes to both stability and shoulder health. By using a bench to support your torso, you eliminate the swinging of the body often seen with traditional dumbbell lateral raises. More importantly, with a slight forward lean, this chest supported variation lets you perform the movement with the humerus in an externally rotated position or the pinky down position. According to this study from the Sports Medicine Journal, the issue with traditional lateral raises is that it increases impingement risk since the humerus is internally rotated. Thus, this variation will help you protect your shoulders while maximizing the engagement of your mid delts. To set up for this exercise, you'll need an incline bench set to 30 to 45 degrees. Lie face down on the bench with your chest supported and your feet firmly planted on the ground. Hold a pair of dumbbells in your hands with your arms hanging straight down. From there, begin the movement by lifting the dumbbells out to your sides with only a slight bend in your elbows. Based on this study's findings, the more extended your elbows are, the greater the activation of the mid delts. Then, aim to raise your arms until they are parallel to the floor, making sure to lead with your elbows rather than your hands. Exercise number 6, Z press. Overhead presses are unarguably the best mass builders for your shoulders. Contrary to popular belief, they don't only work the anterior delts. In fact, the anterior and middle deltoids are involved in shoulder flexion when the arms are above the head. As experienced lifters, however, you know that heavy overhead pressing can result in overarching of the lower back to compensate, which can lead to injuries. Not only that, but heavy overhead pressing can also result in the use of leg drive and momentum, making it more of a whole body exercise and less of a shoulder targeted movement. And while this isn't inherently bad, as we age, it becomes increasingly more important to focus on using our shoulders and core muscles. This will not only make your lift safer and more stable, but it'll also help you lift better in other exercises too. Thus, enter the Z press. To perform the Z press, sit on the floor with your legs extended and back straight, holding the dumbbells in a front rack position. Then, press the weights overhead while engaging the core and maintaining a straight back. If your hips are a bit tight, widening your legs can help keep you seated upright. Make sure to keep your core engaged by contracting your abs, allowing you to maintain stability throughout the movement. For this exercise, it's probably a good idea to go lighter, at least until you've mastered the proper form. From there, you can use the progressive overload methods we discussed in our video titled Progressive Overload, the best way to do it. The Z press, while it can be a humbling exercise, pays dividends in terms of improving shoulder stability, pressing strength, and even balancing out strength and size imbalances in your delts. Exercise number 7, Rear delt swings. With traditional dumbbell rear delt raises, you're almost forced to use lighter loads. Rear delt swings, however, allow the use of heavier weights without the need to move the weights in an uncontrolled fashion. Like the Y raise, this exercise can be performed from a standing position, but the chest supported variation, where you're lying on an incline bench, will help avoid momentum, ensuring that most of the tension goes to the target muscle. Starting with your arms slightly bent, reach your arms forward as much as you can to stretch the rear delts. From there, under control, swing the dumbbells back until you can feel your rear delts fully contract, and aim to hold that top position briefly. Orient your upper arms about 45 degrees away from your body as you swing. On the descent, aim to break and slow down the movement so you get activation of the posterior deltoids in both the eccentric and concentric phases. And if you want to ensure you're getting the best bang for your buck with this exercise, here are some cues you should keep in mind. If you want to keep all the work in your rear delts, just swing back until your upper arms are in line with your torso. If you want to involve your scapular movers, you can break parallel and extend past your body, making it a more comprehensive shoulder complex exercise. And lastly, it's called a swing for a reason. Thus, think about moving the weight by hinging from your shoulder joint instead of pulling your arms back. So there you have it. 7 dumbbell shoulder exercises you're probably not doing, but should be, especially if your goal is to improve shoulder strength and stability, as well as maintain your shoulders' health and function. Did you find this video helpful? If so, click the like button below, as it'll truly help out the channel. Also, if you're an intermediate or advanced lifter whose muscle gains have stalled and are looking to jumpstart new muscle growth, grab a copy of Mass 5 Full Body. This is a high-frequency, full-body workout for intermediate and advanced lifters who are looking to take their physique to the next level. And right now, you can get an additional 25% off by using the coupon code MASS25. If you want to learn more, click the link in the description below. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. Peace.